Hey everybody, I'm Joey Evans, and today we are taking a look at a game that's child's play. No, not that child's play. We're doing Chucky. Chucky right here. Chucky is based on an IP, of course, about a killer doll. Do not buy this doll for your child. But this guy, he's pretty happy. So this is one of Trick or Treat Studios, and again, they're doing a lot of my favorite horror-type themes in their genre and stuff. They just had Halloween. So this was Chucky. Pretty excited to see. They also had Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So this is Chucky. Before we get to what I thought about it, let's see a quick overview about how it's played. Okay, we are set up to play a game of Chucky right now. Now, Chucky is going to be, here's the way you win. You're going to get the most points, which are points are denoted right over here. You can get them several ways, and we'll go through those in a moment. You got your quirks, you got over here. You also have tests that you're going to pass that could give you points. Several ways to get points in this game. So you also are going to get a character. All the characters are asymmetric. We've got one sitting here, and they're asymmetric in the fact that they're going to have different stats, and they're going to be better at different things. So these stats you're going to place right here where the white square is, and as these go up or down, they're going to give you more advantages in tests, and you're also going to get more points at the end of the game. So one player is going to get the starting Chucky token, and they're going to place it at any location. So we'll place it here, and that'll make sense in a second. Here's the way the game is played. It's very simple. Victims in here are your cost. That sounds a bit weird, but you're going to start off with 2 victims, and then at the beginning of every round, you're also going to get 2 victims. As it says right here, that's each round. And you can complete any quirks you have, recover time tokens. You won't have any, of course, in the first one. So, pretty much, you are all going to have different time tokens, and all of these are going to have different numbers. You're going to bid on which location you want to go to. So everybody's going to go ahead and place, say, I want to go over here to the library. And then you're going to go through, everybody's going to place it one at a time. Then my time to place again. I'll go ahead and place it here. Okay, so say everyone has placed their time tokens. That is right over here, spend time. And now you're going to reveal the tokens. And whoever has the highest is going to win that section. For example, right here, just like this. Take a look. Okay, and then 13 has 1. So 13 is going to go over here. And they're going to have to pay the cost of 1 victim. So in order to get this ability. So you're going to take 1 victim. Since that was me that won, we'll take it and place it here. And now I've paid. And I can get this. +1 attack, escape, or search. So I get to move this track up 1. And you get to choose a new start player, which involves the Chucky doll right here. Everyone else here is going to get something down here. So for example, the 9 is going to be placed here. The 12 is also going to be placed here. So these guys are going to get 2 victim tokens. And you're going to keep going all the way around. This of course, will win because it only has 1. So place here. They're going to place 2 victim tokens here. But because Chucky's here, that's a 3rd victim token. See, that's what makes this different. So you're going to place a 3rd one. I want you to see this too, because notice there's a card here. So when I drop this victim token on here, that gets me one of the research cards right here. And these research do different things. For example, this one says discard this card to reduce the victim cost printed on a space to 0 for this turn. So all of these are going to do different abilities. They're going to do different things you can use throughout the game. So there's research cards here, sightings, and clues. And different ones, some you discard to help you roll, some are going to help your stats. So those are going to be cards you get through here and here. Now, one other thing you're going to get to is if you're ever placing victims and you get all the way to here, before you continue, because you may have to add them over here, clear it off, you're going to get here, this is going to be a bloodlust. So that's right down here. You're going to take, when any track fills up, the victim tokens. You can resolve the top bloodlust card, just like this. And take a look. And now there's flavor text and all this. I'm not going to read all the flavor text because that's something that's fun for you to enjoy with the game. But pretty much it's going to have a bad thing that happens. Everyone discards an evidence card. If they do not have any evidence cards, nothing happens. So if this is full, you're going to place this here, then wipe those. All right? So those are bloodlust cards. So pretty much each of those is going to win. So we're going to say, let's see here, this one won. Okay, so that's the first spin time. Then you're going to do that exact thing again. Everybody taking 2, placing them on there one at a time, all the way through. And you're going to go through and you're going to get the ability of different places. For example, this one is flip over 2 quirk cards and keep 1. Now, what are quirk cards, you ask? I heard you ask that. You're going to notice that right over here where you've got a quirk card to start off with. These are also the ways to get points. So you're going to flip over these 2 and keep 1. What these are is there are certain types of, there are certain types of goals. So for example, this one right here, if I were to have this with me, I can discard 2 research evidence cards, which are right over here, and then I can immediately go up 1 on my escape track. I would then flip this, like if I got this, I could achieve it, flip it, and place it underneath the board like this, and that's going to give me 3 more victory points at the end. All right, so, and those quirk cards can be achieved after or before an action, as long as you have the requirements to do it. For example, this one is discard 1 clues evidence card and 1 research evidence card. Then I would immediately go up and 1 an attack. Boop, boop. We'll say I did that. And that is placed underneath here. All right, so after you do the spin time again, then you're going to go to a crime scene. And these crime scenes are right here. So there are different crime scenes you've got. Here we're using amusement park, mansion in the woods, and Play Pals toys. You're also going to have Hollywood, and you're going to have Kent Military Academy. So you get to choose 3 out of the 5 to use. So you're going to choose one of these, and then you're going to hand everybody one of these crime scene cards. Just like this. You should actually be face down, actually. You should not see that. So you're going to grab some of these. Everybody's going to get 1. Now, you can do this simultaneously, or you can do this one at a time if you want to kind of enjoy what people are saying. Okay, so we've got the Ton of Love right here. Now, Ton of Love, it's going to be a push your luck, this is. So again, you've got to dive, you do not roll, and then you are going to still get a reward. Or you can start to push your luck. For example, 1 die, you start off stage 1, 1 die plus your escape. Let's take a look. There we go. I've just got a 3 plus my stats. That's a 5. Just like that, I have succeeded. I kicked the doll. Now I can push my luck and I can go and try again. You know what? I'm going to go to stage 2. So stage 2, I get to roll 2 die. There we go. 7 plus my 2. That is 9. Ooh, so 9 plus is a success. So I get the quirk. Now I could go ahead, push my luck to 3, and roll that, and have to get 14 plus. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay right here on the second one. So because of that, you grab a hold of the swan's boat's head and break it off. Now you can defend yourself and take a quirk card, which is right over here. Now if I were to go to the third one and fail, there's a failure here. All right. Now, this also, once, say I went to this one and I succeeded, I'm going to place this just like this. And that's going to show me that I get 2 extra points at the end of the game. And everyone is going to do that with all of their amusement parks. For that is for crime scene number 1. Then you're going to repeat it. You're going to do start player, places the Chucky, wherever you want to. 2 more victim tokens. You're going to recover all of these time tokens back to you. And then you're going to go spend time again. One other thing I will mention is there are some more time tokens you can get through various ways. Right over here. Like for instance this one. Flip over 3 time tokens and keep 2. These do not go back to you. But if you chose these, notice these are all high numbers. You can take 2 of these and you can use them instead of your time tokens. That's more if you really, really want to win a location. And one other thing real quick about these crime scenes, they're not all push your luck. They're going to be different things like easy rolls, and you're going to have to roll, and everything is going to really depend on the stats that you're going to get better at. Okay, so after you finish crime scene 1, 2, and 3, you're going to finally go to the final encounter. Now, which of these final encounters you're going to use depends on whichever of these have the most bloodlust tokens on here. Or sorry, bloodlust cards on here. And if there's a tie there, then you're going to go with whichever one has the most victim tokens. So, say their most are right here in sighting. So you're going to take this final encounter right here. And let's see here. Let's read it. Chucky lures you into a warehouse from your location. I'm not going to read the whole thing again. Now, each player started the first stage. They're going to roll a die plus all their stats. If they succeed, they move to the next one. So, Here we go. Stage 1. Wow, so I have to roll this die, just like this. Plus all of their stats. Here we go. Now I've only got 2. 2 plus, wow, that's not great. 2 plus 2. So that is 4. So I have failed at the first one. So I'd flip this over. And I have failed on the first stage. So I would take one of my tokens here and placed it right here. Now, this is kind of weird because it's kind of the opposite. It says here, like, fail on the third stage. It's actually here's where you fail. You're going to get the least points. So I'd place it right here. All right. So the way this is really organized is odd. So obviously you're going to get the least points if you fail at the first stage. It says third stage, but just ignore that. So you're going to place it right here. And that will be plus 2 points. So at the end of the game, there we go. You're going to add up the points from here. You're going to get points here. The second crime scene, here. You're going to get points from here. And you're also going to get points for your quirks over here. And then you're going to get points depending on where your stat cube is at. So I'd get 2 here, 1 and 1. So it'd give me 4 from there. Add up all your victory points. And whoever wins is the one with the most victory points. And that's Chucky. Let's send it back and see what we thought about it. Okay, that's it. That is Chucky. Now, again, that's not all the rules. That is a very simple, quick overview about how the game is played. So pretty much, first off, let me say that this one, the theme is light. So some people may believe, like I played with some people and they didn't really get the Chucky theme. And to be honest, in a lot of the mechanics in that, you are not going to feel that Chucky theme as you jump from location to location, move around the board, placing victims down. It's not as thematic as, say, a hidden movement style game. The theme really is going to come from the crime scene cards, which I think is a big thing. I'm going to get to that in a moment. But again, if you're wanting like some heavy thematic game, let me start off by saying this is not it. All right, but let's go through the mechanics. First off, the bidding. The bidding as far as being able to go to each location and the blind bidding, placing that face down, putting it up. I like that. I like bidding. And I honestly like this type of blind bidding where you see someone else goes and you wonder, do I want to go there or do I want to go somewhere that's wide open that I can just take? Or do you want to go somewhere and just take the chance of winning? I like that blind bidding because also if you lose, there's a good consolation prize down at the bottom, because at the bottom, you've got those tracks right here that if you can either draw and keep a random time token, which those random time tokens are pretty high. And you can also get like victim tokens and you get 2 or 3 depending on how many you put down. But also as you see people place those bids out, if for example, they have one of those random tokens, you know generally the number on those tokens is pretty high. All right, so a lot of times, you're going to see one there and you're going to be like, I don't want to go up against that because odds are it's going to be a very high number. Now, you might see 2 of these random time tokens placed in the same spot. And those both could be high numbers. That actually gets interesting because then if they're both above 20, like 27, 28, 29, something like that, then they're not even going to get a consolation prize for losing because that top track goes from 22 to 26. So they're going to lose that consolation prize. So they only really go for that if they really want the location. So that makes an interesting mechanic built into the whole bidding mechanism. Then on top of that, you're also going to look at whether or not you want to go to a location for its value, for raising those stats and things, or if you want to move those victims along the bottom to be able to get more evidence cards. Now, that's one thing I'll talk about here. It was a little bit odd starting off that you're using these victims as currency. So that took a little bit of time to wrap my head around because I'm like, that right there is the one thematic disconnect I think people are going to have, at least people in my game groups that I've played this with have, because you're using those victims as currency and there's like a loose tie-in about Chucky killing them and things like that. But really that's a bit of a disconnect there. But those moving up the track, that being said, you want to be the one that places it on those and you're able to get those evidence cards. But then also you have the danger of getting those bloodlust, and those bloodlust are going to be a problem going forward and everybody's going to be bad as far as lose something. So let's go through the bidding things. Now, besides that, the real place this game, you're going to enjoy it, is going to be in the crime scenes and the flavor text. I didn't read much over it, but let me grab a random one here and kind of read you just to start off. this is actually from the Mansion in the Woods. There we go. And family room. The lights are out in the living room, but static is playing on the television. Who leaves a television on a dead channel like that? As you walk over to grab the remote, suddenly the TV goes black, plunging you into complete darkness. Someone snickers, but before you can go for the light switch, a little body leaps onto you from behind and shoves a plastic bag over your head. You fight to pull it off, but little plastic hands are squeezing it tight around your neck. Do you play dead, or do you try to rip the plastic? And at the bottom, there's another push your luck type of test, where you've got play dead, do not roll, rip plastic is the first success. Next one, pull the bag off. And the last one is hamper Chucky. Then, of course, you're going to get all those different things at the end. And what's interesting there is if you succeed or fail, you're also going to, for example, if you succeed all the way to the top, you pull the bag off and shove the tattered remains in Chucky's mouth. The whole house wakes up from the noise. Take 3 victim tokens. All right, then you also have failure. You go dizzy and hit your head on the table as you fall, and you lower one of your stats. So, again, these right here, the first time I played this, we all were kind of wanting to rush through the game, so we did this concurrently. You did them all at the same time, and everyone's doing their, because you can all do these at the same time, say what you get, place them down, you resolve crime scenes and all that. But the problem with that is I don't think this game works in that way, because that is really just going through the motions. This game is really only going to work for people that really want to have those little plastic hands. I'm sorry, that's so funny. You feel little plastic hands choking you. But so it's only going to work if you really want to immerse yourself in the just really silly theme. These whole Child's Play movies don't take themselves seriously at all. So you really have to immerse yourself into the theme as you read the crime scenes and also as you go to the final encounter. Now, there's a lot of dice chucking in this. If you don't like that, there's mitigation by using your different stats. But the flavor text is where this is at. Otherwise, component-wise, it's fine. The artwork is fine. I like the double-layer board. I like the fact that everywhere you look, there's a player aid. There's right here on the main board. It's also over here on your round summary on your card. So all of that comes together, so you're going to know how to play the game, although it's not that simple. But again, it's one of those that you need to immerse yourself in the theme. And if you love the Chucky IP, myself, I like the Chucky IP. It's not my favorite IP, but it's funny, it's cute, and there were obviously some laughing moments in it. I don't think it's Trick or Treat Studios' best game. I think right here I'm coming in at a 6 on this one because, again, that's me being not hugely into Chucky. I like Chucky. I think it's good, and I think I had some really funny moments in it, and I'll probably end up playing it again with the right people. But again, knowing going in, if you're a huge Chucky fan and you want to immerse yourself into that just really crazy, almost B-movie stuff that Chucky does, then you're going to enjoy it. But if you're playing this for a game fully on mechanics, this is the pass. But again, you want to read some theme, read some funny things, and have little plastic hands choking you. That just makes me laugh. Anyways, this is a 6 from me. This is Chucky from Trick or Treat Studios. He's so cute. I may buy him for Juliet. She'd love it. All right, I'm Joey Evans. See you later on the channel.